Manga-Waido.
My name is Sori Nishida. I've been working for my company for around 6 years now. I was transferred to another department recently, and so I just joined this new department. Just as I started to get comfortable with my lovely colleagues, I realized that this one female colleague had her eyes on me. Her name is Kasano-san. She's in her late 30s, and from what I've heard, she's been working in the same department since she started working here. She's known to be competent and really knowledgeable in her field that sometimes even my boss asks her for help. In the first 2 weeks or so, she was being really nice to me, and she taught me the ropes in the new department, so I was so happy. But there was this one guy who is known to be the most good-looking guy in the department called Kitagawa-kun, also started talking to me. And when she saw how nice he was being to me, that was when her attitude toward me completely flipped and everything took a turn for the worse. Apparently, she has a huge crush on him.
Hey, nice work, Nishida. So, have you settled down with your new role then?
Huh? Yeah, everyone's so nice to me and I love it here.
I'm glad to hear that. So hey, I got these snacks from my clients. Feel free to take them and have some when you're on your break.
Oh, thanks. Apparently Kasano-san overheard this conversation between us.
Just because Kitagawa-kun was nice to you, don't get too carried away, you cow.
What? I'm not. There's a misunderstanding here. Oh, I know. Why don't we have some of the snacks together?
What the hell? Just because he gave it to you doesn't mean you have to shove it in my face and boast. Ugh, you're so annoying.
She became so cranky and sulky since then, and her bullying just kept getting more and more frequent.
Hey guys, you know how we need to send off that tool to our client? I'm looking for an envelope to put it in, but I can't find any. Do you see any lying around somewhere? Hey, Kasano-san, do you know where the envelopes are?
Oh, I think I saw Nishida-san take it somewhere together with the box that it came in.
No, I don't think I did, actually.
Are you absolutely sure about that? You told me that you've been making some side money by selling things on that auction app. Perhaps you stole some envelopes from the office to use it to send things off for that, no?
No way! I would never steal office supplies. It turned out that the envelopes were in the box that was placed on a shelf in a random room that nobody really goes into. Everyone wondered why and how it got there. Kasano-san, I think I saw you enter this room yesterday. Are you sure you didn't come in to hide this and put the blame on me instead?
What? No, not at all. Someone else probably put it there by accident. It wasn't me. What is with you? Why are you always trying to make me look like the bad one? Maybe it was you who did it to make everyone blame me.
No, I would never do that.
Hey guys, let's all calm down. At least we found it, right? Let's not sweat the small things and get back to work, eh?
Kitagawa-san consoled us with a smile that made him look even more handsome than he usually is. That Kasano-san blushed and said, "Well, if you say so, Kitagawa-kun," and blushed it all under the rug. But even after this incident, she still kept making her little traps to get me into trouble.
This is urgent. You better get it now and submit it ASAP.
Wait, but look at this huge pile. Are you expecting me to finish all this by the end of the day?
Sure, you're not complaining, are you? This is nothing compared to the amount of work I had to do when I just started working for this department. Anyway, I have to visit my grandfather at the hospital, so I'm off. You can handle this on your own, right? Bye.
And with that, she left. Then, the next day,
did you actually work all night doing this?
Well, yes, because you said it was urgent.
Well, you didn't have to work all night just to finish this. You knew that we're trying to stick to the quota of 0 hours of overtime this month. So, how do you think that'll affect our results? Stop creating more problems for us.
She just wants to humiliate me in front of everyone, as if to say, "You dumbass." I know I should have checked the deadline too, but she was the one who didn't specify anything. This is her fault. My colleague said, "Oh, come on, she did her best, so why do you have to be so hard on her? Let her off," and was on my side. Kitagawa-kun was also on my side too, so I felt better about the whole situation. But to Kasano-san, it only made her feel worse to see me have more backup. So what she did next was so evil. She stalked me on social media channels and tried to conspire against me.
Hey, I found something so wonderfully interesting. You used to be a bit of a troublemaker back in the day, weren't you?
What? What she's trying to say is that because I actually really know someone who used to be in a gang, and because I live near her, she thinks I'm one too. That's according to her books, though.
I was so curious, so I looked into it, and it looks like this lady, Akiko, went by this name, Durami-chan, and was the leader of a certain gang, right? I know you live in the same neighborhood as her, and look at this photo of you two together. You must have caused a lot of trouble back in the day too, right? How awful.
I mean, yeah, Akiko and I have the same hobbies, so we meet up often, but I met her after she left the gang. I never have been and never will be a member of a gang like that.
But that still doesn't change the fact that you're friends with a former gang leader, right? Ooh, how scary. I'm scared. Are you gonna hurt me if I come near you?
I thought, what the hell? How does this make any sense? But I thought it was best not to say anything and ignore what she said here. But I guess that's where I went wrong. I should have set the facts straight right then and there, because after that, she spread rumors telling people how I was so violent and that I was nothing but a troublemaker.
Well, I doubt anyone believes that.
Some of my colleagues were nice enough to protect me and tell her, you shouldn't talk about your colleague behind their backs. Whether that triggered her or not, I'm not sure, but that only led to devise another conspiracy against me. That day was the big day for our team to give a presentation for an important client. Our careers depended on getting them to sign a new contract with us, so everyone was nervous and stressed out. The presentation was in the afternoon, so we spent the morning going over the presentation with everyone, but...
Hey, Nishida-san, the data we need for the presentation, where is it? It's gone! All of it!
What? Oh my god, she's right. The files should be in this folder, but they're not.
Nishida-san, you've caused even more problems here for all of us. What are you gonna do to make up for this mess? Well, let's be honest. A former delinquent like you shouldn't even be working for a well-known company like ours anyway. So why don't you just...
Well, sorry to say, but if you're talking about that data, it was the manager's responsibility, not mine. I mean, yes, I was the one who handled the data to a certain point, but then he took over from me halfway through, and he even said that he got approval from the big boss after that.
What? No, that's a lie!
And besides, I don't have any rights to edit that file anymore either. Only people in the upper management have the rights to make edits, not me. And I think you were the only one in upper management who stayed at the office after we left last night, right? Did you delete the data on file on purpose, thinking that you could get me fired by any chance? If that's the case, then I have to say that that's a very bold move.
No, what? No, there's been a mistake. I had no idea that the manager had it. I just thought that you would get into trouble for it, and that was all I was thinking. Oh, gosh.
I wasn't sure if it was good timing or bad, but just then our manager showed up from his meeting and found out about everything that had been going on. Our manager is usually super kind and generous, but after hearing this, he got so mad at Kasano-san that she turned as white as a ghost in disbelief.
No, I'm so sorry. This wasn't meant to turn out like this. God.
There's no use in crying. It's not like the data will miraculously turn up, will it? I still have some of the data saved on my PC. Hey, you've got to tell us what we should be doing here. Everyone was just in shock and upset, but when they heard what I said, they realized that they'd better get back to work. And so we all started to work on making the presentation materials from scratch. Fortunately, our manager also had some of the data saved, so we were able to get everything done in an hour and a half before the actual presentation. The presentation was a success, and we got a signed deal with our client.
I sincerely apologize from the bottom of my heart. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility for what happened.
Kasano-san expressed her intent to submit a resignation letter as a way to compensate for the problems she caused. But the manager said, if you think you're responsible, then make up for it by working extra hard for us, which was a kind-hearted piece of advice. So, in the end, no one quit, no one was fired, and Kasano-san is still working with us now. Apparently, she used to be this excellent and competent member of the team until I came, and it seemed like she really felt remorseful, which is what I think led to the manager's decision to not have her resign. But, of course, a portion of her bonus was cut back, but that was a given. And since then, it was as if she had a change of heart, and she no longer harassed me like she used to.
I'm sorry. I guess I just got overly jealous seeing you and Kitagawa-kun get closer, and I just lost my mind. I can't apologize to you enough.
Kasano-san? Sorry, I know I haven't told you this before, but the reason why Kitagawa-kun and I are close is because we're cousins.
What?
Well, it's a bit complicated, but we're not related by blood, but because of his mom who remarried, we're distant cousins, if that makes sense. But anyway, my point is that I'm sorry if I made you think we were going out or something. It was all a misunderstanding. When I explained everything, Kasano-san looked so relieved. Since then, Kasano-san has been teaching me a lot of things at work and has been helping me out a lot. She even said to our manager that she thinks I'm capable of handling contracts with bigger clients, which is great. I really felt like she had changed a lot, so I started to feel more comfortable and open up to her a lot more. Then one day, when I had a huge presentation to give our client, perhaps because of all the pressure and stress, my body gave out, and I suddenly got caught with a high fever. Oh, crap. I've got to make this presentation a success, no matter what. If I miss this, I might not get another opportunity. So I went into the office reluctantly with my high fever, but I was feeling so out of it and couldn't think straight. And when I stood up from my desk, I felt dizzy and weak. But it was Kasano-san who grabbed me and stopped me from falling to the floor.
Oh my gosh, you're so hot! You've got such a high fever! I knew there was something wrong. You didn't look right. Listen, I know what your presentation is about, so don't worry. I'll cover for you. Go and get some rest instead. Take it easy.
Kasano-san. And with that, just like we all knew she would, she aced the presentation, and it succeeded in getting us a new deal. Not only that, but she gave all the credits to me, and because of that, I got complimented by everyone, including my manager. This made us grow even closer as friends, and we started hanging out more often outside of work. We went drinking, and we invited each other around to our houses and stuff. Then, one day, Kitagawa-kun came up to us and asked if he could come drinking with us one day. That's when I thought, ooh, this could be good. So I set the two of them up so that they could spend more time together alone. And what do you know, a few months later, they were a couple.
I've always admired how mentally strong she is, and of course, she's so beautiful. Sometimes she gets a bit intense, but I actually find that endearing.
Nishida-san, this is all thanks to you. I'm so very happy.
The following year, Kitagawa-kun and Kasano-san got married. I would have never thought in a million years that I'd become related to Kasano-san. Kasano-san looked absolutely gorgeous in her wedding dress. I loved it. It made me so excited for me to meet the man of my dreams one day too. But until that day comes, I'm gonna work my ass off and do a good job with it.